Important question. When was the last time you said, that's no big deal. It's just my material reality? When you got passed over for a promotion, or when you got dumped by your partner? When your car needed a new transmission? Well, I bet the answer is never, right? But I will also bet that you've said, it's just my imagination. Plenty of times. And, well, that's a big problem. I mean, think about what those four little words actually reveal. It's just my imagination. I mean, somewhere along the way, you've come to believe that what happens here in the material world is real, important, consequential. And while what happens in imagination is somehow, less than. And no, it's not your fault. But I can tell you that can bite you hard. And for two pretty colossal reasons. First, as we all know, imagination is where you plant the seeds for what will then manifest into your life. You really do reap what you sow. And that means if you wish to grow a life filled with, beauty and abundance and love and everything you desire, you really do need to pay attention to the thoughts and the expectations and the beliefs that you hold in imagination. Because they're all seeds that are being planted, and it will become your future harvest, your future material reality. But there's a second reason too. And to be honest, this is one we don't spend near enough time talking about. And this one's about, your quality of life. And I'm not talking about your overall quality of life, like the neighborhood you live in, or the job that you have, or the types of vacations that you take, though admittedly, that's part of it too. But I'm talking about the most important part of your quality of life. And that's how you feel now. And now. And now. And in each and every moment of the day and of your life. Because let's face it, your life is nothing but a long string of nows. And if most of them suck, you can do the math. You see, here's the truth. The number one thing that affects your quality of life is the quality of where you spend most of your time. And here's the newsflash. That's not here in the material world. It's in your imagination. Now, I know, may sound a little crazy, but hear me out. Because most people talk about imagination as though it's this little, fantasy box we occasionally disappear into while we're waiting for our latte at Starbucks. But think about your actual day. You're driving to work, and you're thinking about the conversation you're going to have when you get there. You're washing the dishes, and you're replaying what somebody said at dinner time. Or you're sitting at your desk, but you're imagining the vacation you're going to go on next month. Or even you're lying in bed, but you're in your head arguing with somebody who isn't even in the room. And the question is this: where is all of that happening? You got it in your imagination. And I can tell you this from, personal experience. A couple of months back, I manifested this really beautiful and lovely Hawaiian vacation for Laura and I. And there we were, lying on this white sand beach, the soft tropical air wafting over our skin, watching the palm trees sway, and the waves roll in, and I'm miserable, stressed out of my mind because there I am in imagination thinking about a problem we were having back at the yoga studio in Phoenix. Sure, my body was in the material world in Hanalei Bay, but I was up in my imagination making a mess out of things. And I'm pretty sure that, well, I'm not alone in this. You see, the fact is, most of us spend an astonishing amount of our lives experiencing things in our imagination that we don't want to experience. And here's the kicker. We're in charge of what goes on there. I mean, you can be, do, or have anything you want in imagination right now, with no time, no effort, nor friction needed to produce it. Want to be flying first class to Europe, sipping a glass of champagne? Be there now. Want to be cuddling on the couch, watching a movie with your beloved? Well, be there now. Want to be shushing down the ski slopes of Colorado on a crisp winter's morning? Well, be there now. It really is up to you. In fact, I like to think of imagination as a kind of, well, garden. One where I spend most of my time. And because, well, I spend most of my time there, it only makes sense that I do my best to make it lovely. So I pull the weeds of negativity. I prune back my neighbor's shrub of doubt. And of course, I till the soil and I plant the seeds for what I want and not for what I don't. Because, once again, we really do reap what we sow. But the trouble is, most of us haven't been taught how to tend to the garden of our imaginations very well, which is why I spend most of my time helping people do just that. And to a very large degree, it's all because those four little words again. It's just my imagination. The material world, that's where the action is. That's what's important. That's what really matters. And it's that line of thinking, as misguided as it is, that lets the material reality start sabotaging what grows in the garden. And as people struggle to get ahead, they think about their struggling, planting seeds for more struggling. And as they seek a soulmate, they think about the difficulty of their search, planting seeds for more difficulty. And as they wait for the desire to manifest, they think about the waiting, planting seeds for, you guessed it, more waiting. You see, the fact is, our obsession over material things is literally planting seeds for what we don't want. And then we conclude that manifestation isn't working for us, even though what we're reaping is exactly what has been sown in the garden of our manifestation. And this is why Scripture invites us to walk by faith, not by sight. And Neville Goddard counseled us to leave the dead facts alone. So, here's something to try. For the next 24 hours, tend to your garden of imagination. Not because you're desperately trying to manifest something, not because every negative thought is going to magically create some disaster, but simply because this is where you live. So when you're driving to work and notice yourself rehearsing the argument you're going to have when you get there, consider what you're planting seeds for. And when you're lying in bed, stressed out about your finances, consider what you're planting seeds for. And of course, when you're thinking about your career you don't have, or the relationship that hasn't arrived, or the beautiful home that you can't find, consider what you're planting seeds for. And then remember, this is your garden, and you're the gardener. So you don't have to keep watering whatever stupid seeds blow over the fence. Plant what you want. Imagine the money flowing. Imagine holding the person that you love. Imagine already being on the other side of whatever it is you're struggling with. And enjoy it now. And now. And now. Because here's the beautiful thing. Even if you've never manifested a single damn thing from doing this, you've already won. Because you've improved the quality of life you're having right now. But if the great manifestation teachers and scriptures are right, you've also done something else too. You've planted a seed. And sooner or later, you will reap what you sow. It's the law. So maybe it's time we stop saying, it's just my imagination. Because there's nothing just about the place where you spend so much of your life. And, let's face it, where your heart's desire is grown. So, pull the weeds, plant the seeds, and don't forget to smile. But before you go, do me a little favor. Let me know what seeds you'll be planting in your garden today. Maybe it's the seeds of abundance, maybe the seeds of love, maybe it's the seeds of something completely different. Let me know in the comments. I read everyone. And as always, if you found this to be, useful, of service, please like and subscribe, and do share it with somebody who you think might benefit. It's all how we get the word out to help the world become a better place and change more lives. Oh yeah, and if you want to go deeper with these teachings with me, there's a way to do that right down there in the description. So thanks for being here, and until next time, go have some fun.